Right. Yesterday we did whatever we did using connected lookup. Same activity we are trying to achieve using unconnected lookup. Whatever we did using connected lookup, same activity we achieved by taking help of the unconnected lookup. But reality, for this purpose, we should not go for the unconnected lookup. I mean to say here what I am doing in the source I have, let us say 14 records are available for example. All the 14 records are going through the lookup and coming out of lookup. That may be through expression, may be calling it, but expression inside there is no condition you specified. There is no condition you specified. As no condition specified, all the 14 records are going as input to the this lookup. All the 14 records are coming as output from this lookup. Okay, if this situation is, if you want to pass all the records through the lookup, all the records you have to pass through the lookup, and you want to get all the records from the lookup, then always better and best performance or whatever it is, you have to go for the connected lookup only. Connected lookup only. If you want to pass, let us say all records to the condition, based on the condition I want to call the lookup, then it is better to go for unconnected lookup. For example, you may have here 1000, out of 1000, maybe 10 records may be satisfied the condition, 10 records going through the lookup and 10 records are coming out of the lookup. That kind of case, you have to go for the unconnected lookup. And that is the reason unconnected lookup is called as conditional lookup. The best example is, you can see here exercise, if commission is null, then only populate the default commission. So your high level business team given the some default commissions they given. Suppose any sales representative due to his bad is not able to perform anything. So I don't want to discourage that guy. So let us give this month at least default commission 100 or 200, 300 like that. So that at least next month he can show interest and he can work on it. For that purpose, what I'm calculating first I'm going and I'm trying to calculate if the commission is null or not. I'm calculating. If the commission is null, then I'm going for the lookup based on the department number, whatever default commission is available, the default commission I am passing to that employee. The default commission I am passing to the employee. So that's what exactly we are doing it. So if this condition whatever available, 14 records are checking this condition, but lookup is going to call only the records which has commission as null value, In our case, we go and observe here HDBU, B229 HDBU, B229 HDBU, HDBU. There we have the table called as select star from EMP table. There you can observe these are how many records are there? 40 records are there, where commission is not null. Then commission not null records, how many things are there? 4 records. Only 4 records are available. Remaining all things are what? Commission is null records are available. These are 4 records are available. And if you go and if I try to take rest of the things, there is nothing but commission is null records only available. Which one will be ideally 10 records will be there, right? Ideally we will have that 10 records will be there. So 10 records are available. So that's what the count. 10 records are available. Now my question is, if this condition, through this condition I am passing, then what will happen? How many records are using the lookup? If commission is null, then call the lookup. That means how many records are using? 10 records will be using that lookup and try to get the default commissions. So that's what the specialty of unconnected lookup. In this situation, if I use, let us say, connected lookup, if I use, then 14 records will go through the lookup and performance will be impacted. 14 records means 14 seconds, 10 records means 10 seconds, for example. Okay. Right, let us go and try to do this activity. We are trying to create a lookup flat file. We are trying to create it. Of course, it may be already available. If you go and try to see in the drive, C drive, Informatica folder, 9.5.1, server, infra shared, then LKP files folder. In the LKP files folder, if you see here, already we have one thing that is known as default commissions. We defined as 10th department default commission as 100, 20th 200, 30th 300 is available. This file only we are going to use it. That's why the first one is available, creating the lookup flat file. Second point, create the target table and import as a target. Okay, we are trying to take this one and we're trying to create a target table, target database, and we are trying to create it. Let us go and try to import this as a target. I am clearing the workspace, targets menu, import from database. Then provide the password RRITEC123. Then we have to create a mapping with the name of conditional lookup. Unconnected lookup is also called as conditional lookup. That's the reason the name like that I want to give it. Now what is the table name here? UN underscore LKP underscore TZT. Then I am going to the mappings, create conditional lookup. Then I have to drag and drop the source and target whatever available. Drag and drop source EMP and target whatever you created just now, that one. Let us go and try to do that one. Source is EMP table and target is just now we created, that is available UN underscore LKP underscore TZT underscore EMP. Now source is ready, target is ready. We have to introduce here. Next one, lookup, we have to introduce it. Let us go and try to introduce, okay, expression. We are trying to call the unconnected lookup, right? First we are taking the expression transformation and drag and drop all columns from source qualifier to expression transformation. Then introduce lookup transformation by using lookup table as a flat file which is created in the point number 1. Okay, let us go and try to introduce first expression transformation. Whatever ports are available here, these all ports I am trying to drag and drop into expression transformation. Now we have to introduce here lookup transformation. This is what the lookup is available, and the lookup table is nothing but we have to import here whatever default commissions are available. The default commission I am going to use as a lookup. Let us go and try to select here all files. There we are seeing the default commission. Okay, then import field names from first line, and it is a delimited one. Click on the next, delimit with the comma separated. Click on the next, click on the finish. Now whatever department number is available here, this one using, I have to pick the default commission, right? So that is the reason I am trying to create here one column I am creating inside this one. Go to the ports tab, click on the add a new port option. We are trying to provide here department number underscore SRC. It is source department number, and we are giving the data type as decimal, and we are trying to say this as 2 is the size. First try to make this as 0, then that we can make it as 2. Okay, I marked that as a 2, I marked it. Next, is it coming from input or not? It's going to come from input actually. It has to come from input. Then is it passing to the output? No. So I am disabling that one. Then this department number whatever available, is it passing through the output? Means no. We are trying to disable that also. Only commissioner column we are trying to pass it. Your input is this one. Your output is what? Commission is the output. Commission is output and also return ports. That's what we are trying to select commission as a return port. This is the output. Commission is the output. This is the input. Okay. Now we are trying to go to the condition tab. Then we are trying to create the condition department number is equal to department number SRC. And the properties, these all things are available as usual. Okay. Now we have that's what the meaning of what you have to do it. Double click on lookup, create a port and enable only input port and select the commission as a return port. Then double click on expression transformation, disable the output port for commission. So we are going for expression transformation, ports tab, and we are trying to add here one column. Okay, let us say this column name is equal to commission underscore output. Commission underscore out. And we are saying this as a decimal, and the size is equal to, let us say, this is 0 I am giving, and we are trying to give something as something 7. Okay, now is it coming from input means no, it is not coming from input, and this commission is going as output means no, it's not going as output, so I am disabling it. And whatever this commission out is available, that one I want to calculate now. How to calculate it? If is null of, if is null of whatever commission is available, if commission is null, then go and try to call the lookup whatever available we have to call it. So we are trying to call the lookup by passing the input as department number is the input. We are passing the department number as input, and department number input we are passing over there. What is the return port over there? Commission is the return port. In this lookup, the input is what? Department number that we passed it. And what is the return port? Commission. So it is going to give the output as what? Commission it is going to give it. Yeah, department number should be a common column between lookup table and source table. That's right. That's what the condition also we given like that. Yes, it should match. Now, if you go and try to suppose if it is not the null, if it is null, they were saying as department number corresponding default commission you are taking. If it is not the null, if you have some value is available, then directly then take whatever commission is available, that commission only take it. If it is null, then take the default commission. If not null, then take the whatever commission available, that commission only. Click on the validate, okay, then okay, then okay. Then we have to connect to the target. Let us go and try to connect to the target. So I am connecting to the employee number, then employee name, then job, MGR, hire date, then salary column, then commission. Now you have to select it, not the commission, then department number. So let us go and try to save it. It is showing as valid, and right click and try to make here arrange all iconic. This is what we did. Now in the expression it is going to the 14 records are going as input, but out of these 14 records, which one is, how many records are going here? Only 10 records are going, and 10 records will be coming as output, and the 10 records will be given as the input here. Okay, and the 10 records correspondingly will pass to the target, will pass it. 10 records default commissions only is going to get. Remaining 4 will be already we have the commissions. Rest of the job is same job, right? Like creating the workflow and all. Let us give the control to someone. Krishna, I am giving control to you. I gave the control. Please continue creating the workflow. or flow underscore unconnected lookup. Yeah, joiner and lookup both will work similar. That's what we written on point as lookup is going to work similar to the outer join. Outer join it is working similarly, this lookup also going to work it. But lookup has its own advantages whenever you want to go for uh, no. Lookup has advantage is what? It's go and try to see the data is this corresponding data is available or not. The target. Suppose we want to identify one record is coming from the source. If this record is available in the target, I want to update that one. If the record is not available in the target, then I want to insert that one. Yeah, we can achieve it, but the reading wise, this will be faster. Okay, now let us go and try to run this one. Because we have the cache, these all functionalities are available. Persistent cache, static cache, dynamic cache, these all things are there in the lookup which are not available in join. Okay, now it's trying to run it, it's failed some reason. Go and try to maybe the connections issue only. We didn't specify source and target connection. Source is already there, okay. Then target connection I have to provide. Then look, why two lookups are there here? I think we selected the mapping wrongly. Okay, close this window. Delete the session task. Again, go for the session task. Close it. Now, what is our session task here? Mapping here. One moment. I think that is not the one. What is the name here? What are you given? Conditional lookup is the name. Name is conditional lookup. Conditional lookup, first one. So try to connect these two things. Then select here lookup. Then select here lookup source file name is available. The file name is already people are aware of it. You provide that one. So the file name is available default commissions. This is the file name dot txt default commissions dot txt. Then go and try to click on OK. Save. Then select the start. Then start workflow from task. So it is running. Succeeded. Okay, both are succeeded. Fine. Now if we go and observe here in the target table, if you go and observe, let us say this table, query this table. Now we can observe here What the commission came here for the 20 department? 200. It may be null available. That is the reason we got what here? 200 we got it. Because 20 department default commission is 200. 10th department default commission is 100. 30th department default commission is 300. Here 500, 1400, why it is came is because those things are available already. If it is null is available, that null value we are replacing with the default value. That null value we are replacing with the default value we are trying to replace it. Okay, am I clear this one? So that's what called as conditional lookup. Based on the condition, if you want to call something, then you can go on to call the lookup. Even you can do the nested lookups also. You can do it. I mean to say, yes, simply what we are doing here, we are trying to call only one lookup we are calling. If is null of commission, call this lookup. Else, suppose again you want to write here one more if, one more condition, then this is true, then call other lookup. Like that, n number of things you can go on, you can call it. Like that, n number of things you can go on, you can call it. Okay. If you want to understand some kind of test scenarios, lookup is a more frequently used concept actually. If you go and try to see in the lab, try to observe some of things which are available as BA apps project. Okay. If you go and try to observe, let us say, see, these are all connected lookups will get used here. Okay. This is employee dimension. See how many things are used here. What it is doing, W underscore employee underscore D. Demographics is trying to look up here. One ID is trying to get it. What is trying to get it? Dimension table primary key. We are passing this one. Whatever demographics table is available, that ID we are passing to the main master table. Here what we are doing, user underscore D, W underscore user underscore D. Here also that vid as a passing to a foreign key for main table, that is W underscore employee underscore D table. Okay, this also is trying to do change flag, or whatever the change flag is available, that one we are trying to pass it. The lookup, without lookup, I don't think so any mapping is available. Without taking the lookup, we won't have any mapping in the reality. Not even one lookup, we may have a number of lookups may be available. At the last, we are going to see one particular star schema. We are going to see it. Okay, how this particular star schema is working, you come to understand. Okay, time being, now you understand the importance of the lookup. Next, one we completed connected as well as unconnected lookups we completed, right? Now you will be able to differentiate your own these all points. Part of the mapping data flow, correct or not? By seeing this one, everyone come to understand, okay, it is available part of this one. What is the purpose of this one? Clearly it is available. It is a part of the mapping flow, And what about the unconnected lookup? Is a part of the mapping flow or not part of the mapping flow? If you go and try to open our repository, now tell me here, if you see this one, are you in a position to understand? Here? This is used here like this? No, right? If you open this one, then only you come to understand, okay, this guy is used here. That means by seeing this one, you cannot understand what is used here like that. Here, luckily, only one expression transformation available, you may be guessing it. But if I have 10 expression transformations, where exactly it is used, we don't know. So that's what we are trying to say as separate from the mapping data flow. It is separated. It has no connectivity. There is no inner arrow marks. There is no outer arrow marks for this one. It is an independent object. Next, return multiple values by linking output ports to another transformation. If you see here, other one what we did here, we did one thing that is called as connected lookup. Conditional join rename. Yeah, this one if I take here, so we are getting how many ports we are getting as output here? 2 ports. We are getting as how many ports? Dname is the 1 port and location is on port. 2 ports are getting it. That's what we are trying to returns multiple values by linking output ports to another transformation. Return one value by checking the return port option for the output value. Meaning, if I try to take this one, in the unconnected lookup, under the return port, can you select here multiple values? No. Return port should be always only one only can select. You cannot select the multiple ports. Return port, you cannot select here. Multiple ports, you cannot select it. That's what we are saying here. Returns only one value by checking the return port option for the output port that provides the return value. Next, executed for every record passing through the transformation. Executed for every record passing through the transformation. 14 records are available, means 14 records are using the lookup. Lookup will be executed. But here, only executed when the lookup function is called based on the condition. Based on the condition only we are trying to do it. That is the reason in this case 14 records are using this one, but this is using only what? 10 records only using it. That's what we saw an example. More visible shows where the lookup values are used. This is less visible as the lookup is called from an expression within another transformation. Default values are used, default values are ignored. For each port we have here default values option is available. This is what the default values. If I provide some default value, in case of unconnected lookup, it is ignored. If I provide the default value, in case of unconnected lookup, this will be ignored. In case of connected lookup, this will be taken. So that's what the points. Please see once these points. I think these are all points we saw practically. Clear? Let us move on to the next one that is called as active lookup. Active lookup. From 9th version onwards, from 9th version of Informatica, lookup acting as a active. Lookup acting as a active transformation. In active lookup, input number of records are less than output number of records. Input number of records are less than output number of records. Sorry? We'll see how come it is. Okay. In active lookup, input number of records are less than output number of records. input I am giving here some 4 records only I am going to give it in my case. I am going to get the output as 14 records. I am going to get it. How it is possible, we will see it. Now we are trying to create a mapping for this one. One question is going on. What is the question? One basic question: for each transformation, the data gets stored in cache and then place them to next transformation as input. It may not be true, not for each transformation. Some of the transformations only this cache facility is available. Some transformations has no cache facility, directly query will be executed. For example, expression transformation, go to the properties. Are you seeing the cache option here? Cache option, is it available here? No. Cache is not available for all the transformations. Whereas lookup, if you go and see it, in the lookup we have the caches are available. Okay, lookup index cache, data cache, like that. Okay, for some of the things we have the cache, for some of the things we don't have the cache. Right. Now we are trying to create a mapping. Use the source as a DPT table, and we are trying to create a table as target and import into the Informatica as a target. Create a mapping with the name of m_active_lookup. Drag and drop source DPT target this one. Click on the lookup transformation and select EMP as a lookup table and enable return all values on multiple match. This option is very important option. Because of this option only, the system is called as it's a active transformation. This option is not available in older versions. This option is not available in less than 9th version. In less than 9th version this is not available. That is in less than 9th version it was not a active transformation. From 9th version onwards only it is a active transformation. Now drag and drop department number, rename LOC from source qualified to lookup transformation. Double click on lookup, click on condition tab and select the condition as shown below. Okay, we provided condition as shown below. Then observe the policy property. We are trying to go for the policy property as policy on multiple matches, use the all values. Then click on OK. Connect corresponding columns from lookup to target. So we are trying to connect here lookup to target, we are trying to connect it. Lookup to target, we are trying to connect it. Then go for save it and create the workflow. How many records we given as input here? For in my case, at that moment you may have the 21. Okay, now we have somewhat less only available. We'll try to see it. Source input records to lookup are 4 and output records are 21. Hence lookup acting as a active transformation. Note, input number of rows is more than lookup rows, then cache is what? Recommended. What is the meaning of this one? We come to understand later. As of now, let us go for first point. Use source as a DPT, and this one we have to create it. Yes, Krishna, try to create it. Second point. And import into Informatica as a target. First I have to import that one as a target. It imported. No. Import as a target. Now, next one. Create a mapping. create a mapping, close. Then again mapping create, give the name as m underscore active underscore lookup, m underscore active underscore lookup. Okay. Now drag and drop source as DEPT. Now drag and drop source as DEPT. Right. Now drag and drop your target just now what you created. Right. Now try to introduce the lookup. Introduce the lookup. Then go and try to select your table as source table EMP. Then one moment. Here we have to select one option. That option is known as return all values on multiple match. This is the only option which is important. Now we are going for the active transformation. In case of active transformation, you must select this option. Click on OK. That's fine. Now try to pass the columns like department number, DNAME, LOC, all the columns into the lookup. Now double click on lookup. Then ports tab. Then this is what the ports which are available. If you want to keep everything like this, you can keep it. Let us go to the condition. Add the condition. Department number is equal to department number. Okay. Now connect to the target. Okay. Now one property out observe, double click on the lookup. Go to the properties. There we have one property. Lookup policy on multiple match is available as what? Use all values. You selected written all values on multiple match, right? That's the reason automatically we got here use all values and it is not editable. You cannot edit anything in that one. Click on OK. Okay. Now till this point of time, did you remember or not? In case of other transformations, we are trying to pass some columns through lookup to target and source qualified to targets like this are giving. Few columns are taking from here, few columns are taking from here. Is it possible to take here also like that? For example, DNAME and LOC I don't want to take here. I want to pass to the target. Is it possible? Let us go and try to understand is it possible or not. Suppose I am removing the DNAME and LOC I am removing it. Then DNAME whatever available I am trying to connect to the DNAME here. In the bottom what is the blue line? The bottom we have the blue line. What is the blue line? Did you notice? Concatenation disallowed on the transformation TCT underscore active underscore lookup. Active transformations cannot be connected to the target. So what is the meaning is, this is active only. This also active only. Two active things we cannot connect to the target. Some ports from one active, some ports from one active, some ports from one active. We cannot connect to what? Target. We cannot connect to the target. This is not allowed. This is a not allowed one. If you want to connect here, let us say one active and passive, you can go and you can connect it. Two passives also no problem. You can connect it. But two actives are it's not permitted. The reason is, for example, this is saying as this also has the capability to stop it. It is saying as I am stopping the 10. Okay, if it's saying as I want the 10, then what is conflict or not? That's the reason system will not allow you to connect to active transformation to the target. So you have to pass this denominator location through this active transformation. Then from there you have to connect to the target. That is the only option which is available. Right. We are trying to save it, and rest of the process is same. Try to do the workflow. Okay, everything is perfect. Okay. Then provide the connections. Then run it. Then you can observe in the monitor. If you go and observe in the monitor, it is running. Then just see the properties here. Get the run properties. Then you can observe. We do have source and target. How many records came as a source? 4. How many records are going to the target? 15. So source number of records are how many? 4. 4 departments are giving input, and each department corresponding employee information I am picking it. In one department I may have a number of employees. That's the reason output is increased. Now if you go and try to observe the target table data, then you come to understand more clearly. Try to query the target table data. Try to query the target table data. Okay. Now for each department, in each department you may have some employees are available. Those employees is trying to pick it up. So even though 10th department only one record we sent, we got what? 3 records. 20th department also similarly, we sent here only one record, but we got what? We got 5 records, we got it. Getting my point? We're sending here 1 record, 2 records like that, and we're trying to get here corresponding. All the employees are getting it. That's how it is behaving like is active. Now today our job is, we have to read this active lookup up to here, and tomorrow we'll go for the caches actually. Tomorrow we'll go for what? Caches. So this caches today you have to read the help document and come up with tomorrow so that I can continue with the cache. Suppose let us go for the go for the help document, then see here transformations guide. We are discussing about the lookup, we are discussing, go to the lookup transformations, and we have separate things are available that is called as lookup cache, dynamic lookup cache. Please try to read these two things. Okay, theory points. Tomorrow I'll explain once again so that you'll be able to understand much clear. What is lookup cache overview and how many types of lookup caches are available? Person cache, recache, static, dynamic, shared cache. Just have a look on this one. Tomorrow I will explain very clearly. Okay, thank you. Any specific questions, sir? Any specific questions? No? Then we'll try to meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah,
I have one question.
yeah, go ahead.
So when we say unconnected also, we are getting only one row, right? I mean, it returns only one row. Even in that case also, we can say it's active, right?
See, active is how many one row you are giving, one row you are getting means it's not the active. See, how many 10th department is there? How many values it is? Only one value, right? One.
Yeah.
But how many values are getting here? Output.
Okay, actually, generally we need to check with the output to target only. So based on the target only, we need to decide whether it's
Yes. Yes.
active for that
Yes.
particular lookup or
Yes.
something, right?
Okay, we are
Okay,
sending the 10 is the only one value are sending it. But we got here
okay,
three values we got it.
okay, okay.
Overall, forget
Okay,
about the individual things also forget about it. Overall, how many things we
okay,
send here? Four departments. But we got here what?
okay.
14 we got. Input number of
Yeah,
records is less than output number of records. If input
okay,
number of records is less than or greater than or whatever it is, apart from equal to, remaining all cases, we used to say that as what? Active.
active. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you,
And
sir.
try to
Thank you,
read
sir.
this cache without fail. Today we have to finish this cache reading. Whatever you
Okay,
understand,
sir.
that's okay. Just continuously read line by line. See the examples also. Tomorrow I will explain more clearly about these caches. Cache is mainly
Okay,
to
sir.
improve the performance. Okay? Right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Bye.